Good evening. My name is Gabrielle Rodriguez. I am an 8th grade student at Kepner Middle School. I went to Washington, D.C. in 6th grade and saw the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, and I went to Europe a couple weeks ago and saw the Anne Frank House. From both of these experiences and from the classes I took at Kepner, I have learned a lot about the Holocaust. I would like to share some of my thoughts with you tonight. When we were at the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam, it was a very exciting experience for me. It was moving for me to know that Anne was in the same place I was, hiding there for more than 2 years. How could she live in such a small place with 8 people? When I was there, I stood in her room for a while and just thought about where I was. When I was thinking, I was just telling myself, this is where she was, the very same spot where I was standing. Anne Frank was here. I got goosebumps when I stood in her room. How did she manage to live in such a small room with another person, an adult man? Not only that, but how did she manage to write such an amazing diary while living in such a confined space? I have a hard time doing my homework sometimes, and I have a nice home and a good school. I don't share my room with the old man. I can't believe she did what she did. I think it's important to me to learn about the Holocaust. This is a good thing. We learn about it because it is a time in history that we should never forget, even if we want to forget it because it is so horrible. It is shocking to people to think that some people say the Holocaust didn't happen. Saying this is like hurting the Jews again and again. I can't understand why people would say this when there is so much evidence that it did happen. Another reason we learn about the Holocaust is for us to not let this ever happen again, and for people to learn from their mistakes. People could have stopped the Holocaust in so many different times, but so few people spoke up because they were afraid of what might happen to them or their families if they did. Even kids my age had their own groups to try to stop the Nazis. I think this was really great that they stood up for others even though they were teens. This is important to me because I have a very hard time speaking out, not about injustices, but about anything. I am very shy and don't like to talk in front of people. I challenge myself to come tonight to tell you what I think because I want to speak up for others. At the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, I saw something that said, "Do not be silent, your voice counts." I'm trying to find my voice to make it count. I have learned the cruel ways the Nazis singled out the Jews. I have learned about the laws, about how they couldn't go to school, go swim or ride bikes. They could only shop at certain times. They were marked with the Star of David. So few people hid or helped Jews. The ones who did are heroes. The Jews who survived are heroes. To live through this cruel time and act with respect is amazing to me. I want to continue to learn about people's actions and reactions during the Holocaust and after. Ms. Olson told us about a trip she is planning to Eastern Europe to learn more about the Holocaust and to see for ourselves how life has gone on or not gone on. I really want to take this trip to keep learning. It is so important for us to learn to tell our children. Survivors are dying more and more. I want to carry on their message. I will do all I can do to continue learning after I leave Kepner. Ms. Olson has told us that there are other genocides that have happened in the world since the Holocaust, and it still happens today. We are the future. We need to put a stop to this. We can do it. No one should ever be discriminated against for any reason. Everyone deserves to live in a just world. I'm speaking and gaining courage even though it's hard. What will you do? Thank you.